is really important. It's, for many people, it's tax time. For businesses, you've still got a few more months if your accountant's doing your tax, but there's some information from the Small Business Commissioner. Now, it's a really good website that the Small Business Commissioner has, and it has loads of information. If you're running a business, whether it's in property or whether it's in anything else, it's actually a great website with loads of information on it. So what it's telling us, and we have talked about this about 12 months ago, but just wanted to remind everybody because I saw it on their website when I was on there the other day looking for something else, and this popped up and I thought everybody needs to be reminded about this. Now, small businesses with an aggregated annual turnover of less than $50 million will be allowed an additional 20% tax deduction for external training courses delivered to their employees by registered training providers. Okay, so that's any training that is actually conducted by registered training organisations such as us, the Australian College of Professionals, who is a registered training organisation under the Commonwealth Government Authority. So this boost applies to your eligible expenditure that's been incurred since the 29th of March last year, so 2022, through until the 30th of June next year. So this includes the current tax year, and all of the previous one, a little bit of the one before that. So, you need to be looking at that. So the expenditure must be for the provision of training to your employees of your business, whether they're here in Australia or it's online training. They are charged directly or indirectly by a registered external training provider that is not your organisation, is not an associate of yours. It's already deductible for your business under taxation law, so that's something your accountant will advise you about, and it's incurred within that specific period between March 29, 2022 and 30th of June next year, 2024. So where the training's a component of a larger program or course of training, so someone perhaps, in our industry doing a licensing course or a mortgage broking course or one of those, the enrolment or the arrangement relating to the relevant expenditure must have been made after the 29th of March last year, 2022. So what can you claim? Okay, this bonus deduction, so it's an additional 20%. It's not just tax deductible, it's tax deductible at a rate of 120%. So that's that extra 20% tax deduction. So it's available for expenditure for the provision of training to anyone within your business. It's not just for one person, it could be for all of your employees. And obviously the training provider needs to meet the registration criteria. So as I said, it needs to be a registered training organisation under the Australian Skills and Quality Authority, ASQA. And just reminding you that ACOP is actually one of those. So training that you are paying that is going towards that is registered training, then that is tax deductible at 120%. So training expenses can include incidental costs related to the provision of training, provided they're charged by the registered training provider. So it's all of those costs involved in that. So if there's books, if there's equipment, if there's a whole range of things, you can claim all those so long as the invoice is coming from the training provider, not from a third party. So now you can't claim expenditure for training of non-employee business owners such as sole traders, partners in a partnership, or independent contractors that are within your business. That's up to them to pay for that and to claim that at that 120% tax deduction. So the cost added on an invoice by a third party on top of the cost of training, such as commissions or any additional fees, they're not charged as they're not charged directly or indirectly by the training provider. So there's your criteria. But my advice here is, one, go to the Small Business Commissioner's website and have a read of this. But also, when you're having your tax done, make sure you've got all of your training costs in invoices and get your accountant to look at that and remind them that this is something that you are available to get. So always love a good tax deduction. So make sure that you get the proper advice when you're getting your company taxes done or your taxes done, and make sure that you're getting the tax deductions available to you. So that's just a nice one on that level.